Okay. All right, I think we're live now. Good evening, everyone. And how are you all doing? Can you hear me well? We've got like 7 people. Nice, nice. We're arriving now. Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. So I think we should start. Can you all hear me well? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
Ines? All right.
Yeah, we
So
can
hello
hear you. Yeah.
and welcome. Yes, hello and welcome to IH Cairo webinar on Delta Module 1. And today I'm really excited and proud to have our Delta survivors. Okay. How are you all doing today?
Great.
All good,
Fabulous.
alhamdulillah.
Good. Yes. Long time no see, Mohammed.
Yeah. It's been a very long time, actually. I've really missed
Yes.
you.
Yeah, me too. Yes. And Ines, how are you?
Saw you today, man.
Yo, the young learners. All right. And
Yeah.
Faiza, how are you doing? It's been 2 weeks.
I'm great. Yes. Long
Yes.
day as well.
Yeah, long day. Very long day after the cycle. Yeah, still surviving. All right. So, first things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmed. I am a CELTA and Delta Module 1 tutor at IH Cairo, and I'm so pleased to have this webinar. I'll be moderating this webinar with our lovely Delta survivors. And basically, I have to thank them because they have generously agreed to share their experiences. And we will talk about what motivated them to do the course with us and the challenges that they face, and also some strategies that help them succeed, and also the lessons that they learned along the way. So we'll also get them to give us some practical tips for potential Delta Module 1 graduates, or potential candidates. So let's see how it goes. So who would like to start? I've got a list of questions here. Let's talk about your journeys, and it's just a simple question. What motivated you to do Delta Module 1? Who would like to start?
All right. I can start.
Okay, Abu Aisha, yes. Floor is yours.
Okay, so I've always wanted to improve my learners' experiences in the classroom. Yep. And before taking the CELTA, and also after taking the CELTA, I've always felt that something was missing. I was missing something. So I thought of maybe do Delta Module 1 and improve their learning experiences. So that was my main motivation, actually.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, I agree with you, because once you've done your CELTA, you always keep thinking about, okay, so what's next? Am I doing well enough? I mean, you keep questioning even the techniques and whether they're effective or not, and what suits your learners. It's just as we always say, no one size fits all. So we always keep experimenting and reading and stuff. Yeah, very good. And Ines, what about you?
So I took my CELTA about 2.5 years ago. Well, 2 years ago. And I thought, like, I'd taken a lot of professional development courses, and I was actually motivated and pushed by like some people at IH as I worked there. And it was one of the best things that I actually could have taken, because I never thought I could broaden my knowledge on teaching the way I did. I never knew my passion for teaching English could have actually grown the way it did. So I would say that's kind of what got me to where I am now. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. Very long journey, I know. Lots of people going on. Yes, and Faiza, what about you?
Well, actually, I wasn't planning on doing module 1 like the last June or last December. I was thinking even doing it a couple of years later on. But at work, I sort of know I needed to develop more, because things happen at work, especially in schools and then so on. So I wanted to be more aware of the language, get like deep into it, not just know the techniques, but know the whys as well, like you just said.
Yeah, I agree. Well, actually, the why is very, very important because
Yeah.
that's why we always say CELTA is a very, very good start. It's almost like scratching the surface. But if you want to dig deeper into it and know more about teaching the methodologies and stuff, and think about lots and lots of rationales, if you remember,
Yes.
the long nights discussing things together from the course books. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
actually learn from these, right? I think
Mm.
now you've gained better awareness when it comes to planning your lesson because it reflects and it shows in the lessons. Even if you haven't done module 2 yet, I mean, module 1 is really, a solid
I think even the terminology that you use, you're not just speaking in general anymore. You know exactly what you're talking about.
right. Yeah,
Mm.
very good. Okay. And everybody, actually, some people are watching us. If you have any questions, please make sure that you put them in the chat box. Well, I'm not that familiar with StreamYard, but yeah, you can do that, and then we can answer those questions along the way as we go. Yeah. All right. So that was actually about your journeys and the motivation, actually. Now let's talk about the challenges. So, what was the biggest challenge you faced during the course? We spent, I think, around 4 months preparing for the exam, lots of input by Ilham and lots of practice from the past papers. So, what was the biggest challenge? So, Ines.
I think when you first go into the course and you don't really know what you're about to like experience, and you just see this big chunk of like all this knowledge that you need to cram in like 4 months. And I remember looking at it like, what am I doing? Like completely like bombarded with all this information. So I think that was something that was quite tricky. And I generally have an issue with grammar, like understanding like bits of grammar. So the course actually helped me understand some bits of grammar that I was very confused about. So it was a good like mini helper
Yeah.
in that sense, I'd say.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because Ines' case is just different because the background is it's just correct me if I'm wrong. What was it? It was what's the word?
Criminology and forensic psychology.
Yes. Yeah, that was just something completely different.
Yeah.
But I was surprised actually. She was getting better and better when it comes to analyzing bits of language. It was really
so
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
Like I never
understanding the
thought
why.
I'd become a nerd for English. I was like, whoa.
As you know, the native speaker intuition was just we picked it up and we don't really think about the why. But we, I mean, as non-natives, we learn the hard way. Yeah, Mohammed, what was your biggest challenge?
Yeah, well, my biggest challenge was not having an academic English background. Yeah, because I'm a medical student. I've never studied English before. I learned English while living in the UK, so I had no idea of what lexis was, what syntax was, phonology, phonemes. That was a whole new thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot actually. But I remember when you said once like, oh, I spend hours and hours of studying because it's not my major, but I have to put in
Yes,
all
I
the
do.
work to compensate that. That was
Yep.
really good, and it showed because, mashallah, Muhammad passed with a merit as well. So he put a lot of work in.
Alhamdulillah.
He deserved that. Yeah, worked really, really hard. Actually, and you had to juggle. Yeah, and you had to juggle. I bet university. I mean, you had your own studies. I mean, medicine,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
also on the top of that, you had to do a lot
CELTA
of
Module 1.
Module 1, which is really, really good. And Faiza, what about you?
I think the same as I didn't study English in university. I'm a law graduate, so it was different. Especially, I could relate most of what we covered to what we took in CELTA, but the phonology part that was a totally challenging. It was hard
Yeah, yes. With the
because
transcription.
yes, transcription. I haven't done that before, and to memorize the symbols with the words and how sometimes the vowels, everything changes. It was a challenge, that part.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, good. We've all made it. Very good. Now let's move on to some some learning strategies, and if you can share some tips. Actually, how did you organize your revision? You know, in the last month, we have this kind of intensive month where we, you know, every day we meet, we do lots and lots of practice doing the past papers, and we share lots of good stuff. So how was yours? What did you do basically in the last month? How did you revise the whole thing? Who would like to start? Yeah.
Well,
I
I can
wouldn't
go.
mind.
Okay, Ines.
Go ahead.
No, no,
Wait,
go.
who?
No, go, Ines.
I think, I mean, I had someone who was on the course with me who's actually one of my friends. And that was like me and him, like every Friday would be like studying together from like 12 until 6. And it was just madness. Like, and also we'd call each other in tears. Like, it's having that support. You need support when you're doing Delta. That's one of the biggest things for revision. Because if you don't have the support with you, it can be quite hard to like have that mental engagement of like, oh, I need to keep on going and doing this, and no one understands what I'm going through, you know?
Yeah.
And also the PowerPoints that you guys gave us, it's like you have to just go through them like every day, like go through one or different things. That's like your top tip, I would say,
Right.
for the course, like for the last month. So I'd say that
Yeah.
that's my little tip.
Studying
Oh.
really, really carefully. Yeah. Good. And Mohammed, what about you?
Okay, yeah. So in the first 3 months, we had lectures, I think, twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. All right. So after we had the lecture, I would just go and study it. Also, I studied 2 books, The Teacher's Grammar of English and How to Teach English by Jeremy Harmer. One for
Great.
language and one for teaching methodology. All to like boost my to broaden my knowledge. All right. When it came to the intensive month, I just focused on doing the past papers and the things that you told us. So we'd have a lecture and you'd give us some past papers to do. I'd do them and then we'll have feedback in the next one. And it's all worked out, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, good. Well done. And Faiza, what about you?
I think the same as they said. I used to study every session, and then after a couple of weeks, I'd go back again to the beginning to refresh my memory, and then I would answer all the questions, everything, until we get to the intensive part that month, just answering exams. And I actually used to time myself when I was answering these past papers, just the time, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and that's it. Yes. And I didn't even allow myself to go back to anything. Once I'm done, oh, I didn't know this. Okay, I'll go back to it and check it.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. And Ines said that she actually was studying with someone. I mean, kind of, per work. I've been trying to test each other and so forth. It was really, really nice to see them down the stairs at IH. What about you? Did you study on your own or did you study with a group? I mean, Mohammed.
No. By myself.
Yeah.
Solo. Yeah.
Yes. And Faiza.
Solo as well.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're starting to get some questions here. Roger is saying, meta-linguistic knowledge, exactly. So you need to familiarize yourself as you go. Did you mention the purpose of each feature in paper 1? I've got a question here, so let me just show it. Yeah, I'll take that. So did you mention the purpose of each feature in paper 1 task 3 and paper 1 part 5a? Yeah.
Wait, sorry, I don't think I understand it.
Yeah, I mean, the purpose of each feature, we don't have a purpose in paper 1 task 3 because you identify 3 language/sub skills that the learners need to fulfill the task successfully. So it's all about kind of practice tasks. And paper 1 task 5 is just related to the genre. So can you please clarify more, be more specific? All right. So let's carry on with my questions then. So we're doing well so far. Yeah, let's talk about the big one actually. And I was there. It's about the exam day. So how? What was the exam day like? Can you tell us
Uh,
about how you felt,
it
Faiza?
was terrifying, and at the same time, it was just let's get it this over with. Come on, let's just take the exam and let the day be over. We're done with this.
You get
Yeah.
really bored, towards the end. Like, I just want to finish that. It's just
I remember I woke up that day and I didn't even open anything, nothing. I didn't study anything in the morning. Just, halas, we're done. Just gonna
right.
go, do the exam, and see everything, and that's it. I
Yeah,
didn't want to make myself more nervous if I have to revise anything, and I don't really do the last minute cram thing. I don't do that.
yeah, yeah.
Cramming everything the last minute, it's really challenging for me. So I
Good.
said,
And what
nope,
about you, Mohammed?
just gonna
Coming
go and
all the
aim
way
for it.
from
That's
Libya
it.
to Cairo to sit the exam.
Yeah, yep. Well, actually, to be honest, the exam day was the easiest day of the whole Delta thing, to be honest. I mean, we studied everything. We studied language. We studied teaching methodology. We practiced past papers. Just do the exam. Piece of cake, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was easy.
comfortable. Yeah, yeah. You seem comfortable. I mean, if I remember, back in like 6 months ago. Yeah, right. And Ines, what about you? We're together, right?
I mean, yeah, we were together. I mean, it was a bit nerve-wracking to me. I'm just someone who doesn't cope with exams very well. That is just a
Right.
fact about me. One of those anxious people. When an exam comes, I'm probably gonna cry. But like it, to be honest, after doing the first paper, I was like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. I had to put that in my mind because like once I opened the paper and I looked at the things, I was like, oh my god, this is so much easier than what we've done in the practice. Like,
Right.
but
Yeah. You see.
to be honest, like I
Yep.
thought it was gonna be much harder, and I was like, oh, I've done some of these in the actual exam practice. So I was like, oh, these are familiar. I know like the definitions. Like I was like, oh, I got a bit more confidence. I was like, okay, and I've practiced so much. But just before the exam, I had to move away from everyone. Like I had to be alone. That was me. Like I couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
it's just you thinking about it, and then because the results, I mean, sadly, don't come out until August if you set the exam in June, but if you set the exam in December, well, results come out in February, like you, Mohammed, if you remember. That was back in winter.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So Josh is asking. He's talking about, okay, it scares me that what scares me the most is having to write the essays. But do we write essays?
No.
Yeah, there are no
There are
essays,
no
so you
essays.
don't have to be scared or anything. No essays, just very. I mean, we tell you. I mean, we have a certain rubric that that you need to use actually, so that your writing is not the exam doesn't have any kind of essays. Yeah, it's just straightforward. Most of the time, we write using bullet points, sometimes fragments. We don't even write full sentences in some of the tasks. Um, is there a bank of past papers with answers? This is a very good question. Just show that. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a bank?
Well,
Nope.
you guys provide them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. We've got some past papers from 2016, because this is actually the new system from 2016 to 2019 or 2020. So we've got a decent amount of exams actually. Um, yeah, that you can practice. And I would say these are just enough. I mean, if you check them and you check the answer key, you practice on your own. Like Faiza said, having some kind of a timer so that you always pen and paper. You always do it pen and paper. Forget typing, because a lot of people actually struggle during module 1 because you need to improve your handwriting. You need to be careful with your spelling as well. Otherwise, you will just lose lots and lots of marks. Yeah, because you're assessed on that as well. Yeah. So yeah, there's a bank of past papers. That's a very good question. Another question by Josh. Are there any asynchronous tasks? Some tasks that we can do along with the inputs.
Well, it's provided by you guys. Like on the Thursdays, you guys were doing the practice, the past papers, so that's the
Right.
chance to go over the material that was given on the Monday, and then you recycle it basically.
Yeah, we have lots and lots of tasks actually from course books, and sometimes we design our tasks so that they would fit or match the input. Yeah, very good. Very, very important questions here. Now, still talking about the exam experience. So, were there any surprises in the exam? Like
No.
questions that you like, oh, you had no idea about.
No, there were no surprises actually. No.
Yeah, maybe in your exam, because sometimes we're not saying that you'll be familiar with all the things, because sometimes you get a definition that you don't know, which is actually like worth 2
Yes,
marks.
I think we had a definition. I think
Yeah,
there was a definition or yeah, something like that. But overall, it was like a question 1 or 2. That's
yeah.
it. So
Right. So no big deal. And if we're talking about definitions, they're just worth maybe 12 marks. So not the end of the world. You know that I'm saying this to everybody who's watching us, because Delta Module 1 is not that big scary thing, because the exam is just worth 200. And if you get 100, you pass. Yeah. In the 2 papers, of course. If you get 100, you pass Delta Module 1. So it's not that difficult. Where's the answer key? Okay, this is a very good one. And Suad is asking. It's a very nice question. Yeah. So showing you that now. Do we need to study every day? You can answer that question, guys.
Oh, it's a hard one. It depends on the. Yeah, I would say it's a
on
hard one
your
to answer,
ability.
actually.
Yeah. So it just
But
depends
also
on.
because it depends, because if you're doing the like during the intensive month, that one you're guaranteed 2 hours, so or even longer than that, depending on how long those sessions run, because they can go a bit crazy depending on the questions that are asked. But it can be very useful because you're doing a past paper on your own, you're checking the answers, understanding why the answers are correct or incorrect, so that can actually be part of your studying. So maybe you don't need to study a big amount every day, but if there's a gap in your knowledge somewhere, then it'd be worth looking into it a bit more. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I suggest that. Yeah, you don't need to study every day, because part of it is actually this kind of spaced repetition. So you don't need to study every day for like maybe 8 solid hours. But what you can do instead, that you study a little bit, maybe dip into the books that we suggest, and then maybe every other week you try to test yourself, so that this aids memory more, so that when you forget stuff and you start maybe revising it or start doing it again, it just sticks in your mind better. Yeah, this is what psychology tells us about this kind of spaced repetition, something that I used myself, and I found it really, really effective with for example, the cars that I would remember, Ines, when we had the sticky notes or the cards, writing the definition on one side and then the term on the other side.
Me and my flashcards, the stack of them.
The flashcards, studying them every now and then. But I would intentionally trying to forget some of them. I would try to say, let's see how long will I keep them in the long-term memory, and they disappear. Disappearing until by this kind of spaced repetition, repeating. Towards the end, that was absolutely fine. It was comfortable, and I did all the definitions. Right. Yes. So no need. But towards the end of, or maybe in the last month, you don't have to do a lot of work. So if you're working full time, so I'll try to ask your manager to give you maybe at least 2 to 3 months. Not 3 months. 2 to 3 weeks off, so that you can, start studying. Doing all the work, maybe printing off maybe some chapters if you like. You want to do further reading and so forth, and doing lots and lots of tasks, depending on which tasks you find difficult. I think that's it.
I think also being part-time's okay as well. It doesn't mean you need to be completely off, because you'll go crazy, because you'll be like, oh, it might become a bit obsessive, I would say. Like, I think I went part-time, and it was useful because I still kept my mind occupied, and everything I learned in the Delta, I tried to apply it to my classes actually whenever possible. So I tried to see where, like, if I understood the stuff and I was able to apply it, and it would actually help me a bit. So that's another little suggestion from me. So.
Yeah, very good. Onsia, hope I'm not butchering your name. What is the answer key to the past papers? We have our own answer keys. So we're actually, the Delta tutors, we as Delta tutors, we try to some kind of, come up with the answer key. And it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely fine. Of course, it's not like the Cambridge report because it's not official, but we helped each other so that we have accurate answer keys. Khalid Ahmed is asking, when's the upcoming round commencing? Okay, well, that would be in August. This is the next course. But I don't know when exactly, but it's in August. And it takes 4 months to finish. Okay, preparation, a long time. Yeah. Another question. May a teacher prepare with IH Cairo and sit for the exam somewhere else in the world?
Yeah.
Exam the same. Yeah, it's the same.
You can.
Yeah, it's the same. All centers actually sit for the exam on the same day. It's always on the first Wednesday in June or August. It's only twice. Okay.
June or December.
June, December, first Wednesday. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we've answered all the questions. Now, moving on to some tips actually for maybe potential candidates. If you could give one piece of advice, what would it be? Faiza.
I think to not rush the process, to take it one step at a time, to take the input session, not to try to get to know everything at once. You will never be able to do that. Just deal with it one step at a time, because honestly, I've seen people try to do that and they manage to do nothing. So just take it easy.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. Rushing is not a good sign, actually. So the more you wait, the better for you as a teacher to grow and develop and process things as well. That's why when we say the course is 4 months, I don't want people to get disappointed, because this is what it takes to develop and process things. It's not about, we always say, avoid being this kind of ticky boxy, trying to, tick the boxes and say, okay, CELTA. So the next month, Delta Module 1, next month, Delta Module 2, 3. Okay, what's the purpose? Again, you're not taking in everything you need, because if you're going down that road, we expect you, if you're taking that Delta route, so this means you're going maybe have this purpose of training teachers one day. And how can you train teachers if you really haven't internalized all of that? Assimilated all the knowledge, as we say. Yeah, good. And Ines, what about you?
Tips. Listen to the tutors. They are there to help. And
yes.
In my opinion, like it's been said once, please listen the first time. That is my big advice. Because sometimes when people are not focusing on what's being said, it can become a bit repetitive, and then people start to confuse each other. Right. So listen once. If you need clarification, ask again. But more than 3 times, then I think you need to go research it on your own. That's the way I feel like I see it.
Yeah,
like if
we do welcome. That's funny. We do welcome questions. That's all right, but it's just sometimes we don't want you to feel like it's kind of spoon feeding. We want you to do things on your own more, so that we build autonomy. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Of course, we know things, but sometimes we want to challenge you a little bit. We want you to read certain things so that we develop. This is how we learn. Spoon feeding is not a good thing in the Delta. Yeah, you have to do lots of things on your own, basically. How many times we talk about autonomy and we tell our students to be more independent, do all the work outside the classroom to improve your English, and then what about us then? So, yeah, as English language teachers. Mohammed, any kind of
Well, actually, I have 3 tips. So, first one would be to study hard, and I think that that's the most important thing. You have to put in effort. You have to. All right. The second one would be to implement what you learned in the course in your daily teaching. I mean, you're not studying Delta just to pass the exam. No, you're studying Delta to actually get the knowledge and implement it. So if you study to pass the exam, just don't do it. Just quit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why
So
on the course we gave you 2 important terms: the negative backwash and the positive backwash, if you remember.
yep,
That's why we
exactly.
link things. It's just the negative backwash, and you just want your motivation is just to get it done so that you tick the box. So that's not it. So you're not helping yourself actually at all. Yeah,
Exactly.
because it's all now about just grabbing a certificate, which defeats the whole purpose. Because the whole purpose is that you develop, help yourself first, and then maybe you can pass that on when you train other teachers, maybe, or when you are head of department. Because Delta Module 1 will put you on that track of becoming maybe head of supervision, maybe a school principal, maybe if you want to become a teacher trainer, CELTA tutor one day. So yeah. Module 1 actually helps you with that, put you on the right track, like you said. Yeah, very good. Any other tips? Maybe the third tip.
And the third tip would be to.
Yeah.
I forgot actually.
Forgot. Yeah, sorry. Distracted you.
I have an extra tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give yourself breaks. I think that's such an important thing because people forget that if you want to be able to retain, you have to relax sometimes. Like in psychology, you learn too much anxiety, no retention. So, like, you can study hard, but give yourself a moment to breathe. Don't just overwhelm yourself for hours and hours to the point where you're exhausted and you're not remembering and you didn't retain anything in the end. It's really important to just take a moment and breathe. Because I think at some point I did start to overwhelm myself with how much I was doing. And it was hurting me more than benefiting me. So I would say that, like, give yourself that moment to just chill out, have a day maybe just to breathe, and then get back to it when you can. So I think that's a very important one.
Yeah, because a lot of people, panic. I know it's just anxiety. It's just something you cannot control, especially right before a week before the exam. You just start thinking, would I make it or not? And I want to pass it. And some people want to get a higher grade as well, not just to pass. I want a merit, I want a distinction. Well, I would just say, okay, any grade is just okay. It doesn't really matter. It's all right. The whole purpose is that you pass it. That's it. If you get something extra, okay, good. Nice reward. Yeah. So any other questions? Let me just check the chat box. People, no, we've answered all the questions. So now you can tell us, this is the final question. You can tell us about your next step then. So what's on your mind? Module 1 is now done. So what's your next step? Abu Aisha?
Well, I think that Module 1 actually gives you the theory you need to do Delta Module 2. So the next step would naturally be Delta Module 2. And I think I'm very well prepared for it, inshallah.
Right. Yeah, yes, very soon. Why not Module 3? Or you would like to take it in the same order, Mohammed?
I think it will depend on the amount of money I'm able to save up. Module 2 is pricey, so yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of money, actually, but worth doing. I highly recommend it. Very good. And Faiza?
Well, I already started Module 3. The research, it's eye-opening, honestly, to look for everything and to target specific information and to relate everything, the whole task, without going into details.
Yeah.
It's challenging and it takes a lot of time and focus. Also, I'm starting Module 2 as well. And I started teacher training.
Yeah.
Training.
It's very, very good start. Module 3, well done on starting module 3. Yeah, very good. I assume you've chosen young learners, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Then you're going to design like a 20-hour course.
Yes, I'm still at that part actually. I haven't started that part yet.
It's a long assignment, 4,500 words. Yeah, good. Will tell you lots of things about how to design, a syllabus, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a question here. Khalid Ahmed. I panic every time I see paper 2 tasks. I feel they're impossible to be answered.
Which part of paper 2? That's the question.
All the tasks, they're essentially 3 tasks in paper 2. But the first one is not that challenging. It's all about
Exams,
It's the assessments.
testing, and testing.
That's the easiest one.
Yeah, it is actually 18 marks that you can get easily. But yeah, I know the big one is paper 2 too,
And
where you
paper 2,
analyze
3 as well.
and 2 3, yeah, depending on your luck. Because in paper 2 task 2, I know it's very difficult to analyze things from the course book. You need somebody who's experienced, someone who has has used a lot of course books, and you thought carefully about the staging and how they affect each other and the purpose and the rationale. Which one? Yeah, I know it's difficult, but actually, if you do well in paper 2 task 2, this is a very good sign, because then the next step, maybe when you do any kind of teacher training, you will have that kind of awareness, because you understand how things link together, the shape of the lesson, how things are put like that. For example, the exercises are put in this way. Always think about the why, and the assumption as well, the intention. The course book writer. Yeah. Why in this order? So you start questioning these kind of questions are really, really helpful for you to develop, because course books are actually different in a way. You might have some course books that use text-based presentations. Some course books like Cutting Edge, for example, Speak Out, they tend to use TBL more. So it's actually really, really good to expose yourself to different course books, and different contexts as well. So if you can teach young learners business English, exam classes, IELTS, I mean, the more the better, to be honest. It's just practice, Khalid. Keep practicing and get feedback on your answers. Yeah. Who's next? Really, really nice. We have Josh again. Yeah, a very good question by Josh. High position opportunity. Do I need to complete all the 3 modules?
In my opinion, I would say, why not go for all of them? I think it's good to continue to develop yourself. In my opinion, I feel like stopping at just module 1 and 2, I feel like you could push yourself to something more, and you can show that everything you've done combined can go into something more, and that also gives you more opportunities, because module 3 is like curriculum design, so that's a whole new skill you learn, and that can be implemented into something else in a different job. So having all 3 can actually develop you in a way that you didn't even imagine you could be developed in. That's the way I see it. But
right,
yeah, I think it's
beneficial. So you'll also get the full certificate that combines the 3 modules. But whereas if you do one, so you get one separate for module 1, module 2, and you're not really CELTA certified until you get the 3 modules put together. Yeah. So which actually equals a master's degree according to the UK regulations. So master's, CELTA, very good. Both are level 7. So very, very big achievements. Okay. And some people actually don't do module 3. Some people just work as teacher trainers with module 1 on TEFL courses. Some people do module 1 and 2 and they become CELTA tutors. Yeah, all sorts of things. But now I think Cambridge is just wants to have this kind of thing where if you want to become, for example, a CELTA tutor one day, you need to complete all the 3 modules. Yeah. So I know it's a lot of money, a lot of effort, but yeah, sweat, blood, and tears, as we say. Here's a trinomial, just in case you missed delta. To remind you of paper 1 task 5, trinomials. I love them. Anyway, good. So I think we've answered everything. Ines, Mohammed, yeah, you said maybe module 2, right? And Faiza as well, starting module 3. And Ines, what about you? Module 3, module 2?
I'm gonna see. Still not entirely sure. I'm kind of just trying to see where I can take what I've done in Delta Module 1 and see how I can develop it in my everyday teaching. I know I could move to Module 2 and Module 3. It's just I feel like I need to make sure what I've read, I've completely understood to be transferable before rushing into it
Right.
later on. And also because right now I'm teaching kids for the first time. So, which has been a new experience for me. My God, classroom management, never thought I'd have to do managing like that. Oh my God, it's been a nightmare, but also at the
I
same
feel
time,
you.
very, very interesting. And like, because I had like a little thing about like, oh, I'm interested in teaching kids. How can I develop what I'm doing into like mini, you know? But I'm learning that preparation is it's a killer. You really want to go like, I go in hard. It's either go hard or go home. So I'm not going home. I'm going very, very hard right now.
Yes,
So I
I
think
know.
that's where I'm at. I'm like slowly developing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Still not sure 100%.
Okay, I think this is it. I think that's 42 minutes. So, yeah. Very good. I mean, it was really, really interesting talking about your Delta journeys. And it was, well, actually, I enjoyed it really, really. It was so nice to catch up with you, Mohammed, after a long time. It was, yeah, good
It's a
we can,
pleasure, wallah.
yeah, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you ever so much for joining us, and thank you for your willingness to share all of the lovely ideas, tips, and also your future plans. Hope to see you in August. Yes, Josh, we'll be happy to see you there in our next Delta Module 1 course. Yeah, thank you ever so much again. It was a pleasure having you
Most
as
welcome.
usual. And congratulations on your success. Hopefully, we'll congratulate you again when you do Module 2, Module 3. Yes, and always remember us and always, pass by to say hello. It'd be very, very nice to see, previous candidates. And yeah, because it's not just about the course, it's about, the connections. And yeah, really, really nice. So, on this note, I'll just let you go. And thank you
Thank
for
you
this
very
one.
much, Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And, enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.
See you. Goodbye.
See you.
See
Bye.
you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.